Hello guys, welcome back. This is CSEC Now and you're speaking with Neo here. I will be going through this May/June 2024 English A past paper 1. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, this paper is a new recent paper here. But I was just going through the answer real fast. Alright, good. So number 1 here, it says each sentence in this section has one underlined word. Choose from the four suggested answers the word which is nearly opposite in meaning to the underlined word. So here, what is the opposite of restrictiveness? So the opposite of restrictiveness would be permissiveness. Alright, so the answer for number 1 here would be C. Alright, good. So it says many teenagers and even some parents do not agree with the amount of so it would be permissiveness in today's society. So the answer here for number 1 would be C. Moving along to number 2. So it says constructive criticism is neither appreciated nor encouraged by some of our peers. Alright, so the answer here for constructive, the opposite answer for constructive would be negative, guys. Alright, so for number 2, the answer would be B, negative. Alright, moving forward. Number 3, it says the affluence displayed in the community on the hill indicated the significant difference in economic status compared with dwellers in the city. So the opposite of affluence would mean wealthy. Otherwise we can say rich, wealthy instead. So otherwise we know that the opposite of wealthy would be poverty. Alright, so the answer for number 3 here would be C. Alright, good. Moving forward now. So number 4, it says the barren land was result of agriculture practices. So the opposite of barren here would be fertile. Alright, good. Moving along to number 5. So it says they always displayed lackadaisical. Alright, so the opposite of lackadaisical here would be diligent. Alright, so you're talking about lackadaisical approach to their studies, so no one was surprised at the result. So this would be showing a diligent. Alright, so the answer for number 5 would be C. Alright, good. So here guys, we have a few options here. So we're gonna choose from A, B, C, or D. Alright, that's best, I would say, completes the whole sentence. Alright, so far you can see here the sentence either gonna be too wordy. You can see that it could be repetitive as well, or either could contain redundancies, or the sentence would normally contain cliches or misused metaphor. Alright, the sentence could even be I would say incorrect grammatically or in faulty dictions, or the sentence is acceptable as it stands. Alright, so number 6 here, it says he advanced a step or two to meet his attackers who became alarmed and retreat back. So therefore we know that the answer here for number 6 retreated back. Therefore you're seeing that this normally contains some redundancies. Therefore, so the answer for number 6 would be A. Good. Alright, so this one is pretty simple and precise, guys. Alright, number 7, he says her friend told her to look for good in the situation as every cloud has a silver lining. Alright, so far here, the silver cloud has, it says every cloud has a silver lining. To be honest, this is more sound like some, I would say, not really cliche in a sense, but most like a misused metaphor. It says every cloud has a silver lining. Most likely, this is not really sounded very correctly. But the answer here, this is going to either contain some most likely cliche or misused metaphors, so therefore the answer for number 7 would be B. Alright, so we choose B for number 7. Alright, good. Number 8, he says she had adequate time to prepare for the interview. So far here, we can see that this sentence here would be acceptable as it stands, because nothing is wrong with the sentence. It is very clearly and good. Nothing is wrong. Sorry. So the answer would be D for number 8. Alright, number 9 now. It says when the clerk raised his voice in protest, his boss asked him to hold his tongue, since empty vessels made the most noise and often thrown in the den to be eaten by the lions. Alright, we can see here that the answer here for number 9 is most like we can see it's been too wordy in a sense, and more likely we can see that the would say here it says empty vessels made the most noise. That's most sound like I would say not faulty. It's not faulty in diction, so it must mean like some like type of cliche in a sense. But the answer here, I would say it's A. I will go with A for this one. It's a little bit too wordy, to be honest. Way too wordy. Alright, good. Number 10. It says, if I was the captain of the West Indies cricket team, I would attack the batsman with my fast bowlers. Alright, so far here for number 10, it says, if I was the captain of the West Indies cricket team, I will, or I would. It says I was, and it says I will. Alright, so far here we can see that the answer here for number 10, I would go with C for this one. So it's most like some little dictions here. I'm looking, to be honest, it's more like some little dictions. Alright, so I'll go with C for number 10. Alright, good. Moving along, guys. So number 11, so we're just going to go through the whole all of these. These are either going to be inappropriate in grammar, or idioms, or punctuations, or spellings. So we're just going to check all of the grammatical error we can see. Alright, good. So number 11 here, it says, the novice climber called out to my partner and me for assistance as she struggled up the slope. Alright, so novice. Alright, so assistance. So far we can see that the sentence and me, it says call out to my partner and I are and me for assistance. It says call out my partner and me. Call out my partner and me for assistance. To be honest, this sounds as if it has no error, but I'm just looking into the whole situation here. It says partner for me and I'm just trying to look if it's a way to see if it's way clear or not. Alright, let me look at this one. So if you were supposed to use I, that would be the pronoun. So we were talking about when the person is speaking or doing the action. Because this has called out my partner and me, well, me. So if we were supposed to use me, pronoun is when the person is speaking that receiving the action. Verb in, I would say, in some other way, either directly or indirectly. But it says the novice climber called out to my partner and okay. I would say here this is not acceptable as a stand. I think this should be I. Alright? Not me. So it says the novice called out to my partner and I for assistance as she struggled up the slope. Because using the pronoun I, we can say is when the person is normally speaking, is doing the action. But it says either it can either be alone or with someone else. So is the person doing? It says the novice called out to my partner and I. This one a little bit tricky, but I will go with B for this one. Alright, good. Moving along to number 12. Alright, good. So it says neither the books nor the pen are affordable on my marriage budget. Alright, so for what we can see here, we're talking about neither. So here, guys, neither with the R, it's usually be a singular verb. I would say a singular verb. So neither, we know that neither is normally being used with a singular verb. So far here, the answer here should be for number 12 would be A. So R shouldn't be here. Alright, good. Alright, number 13 now. It says the earthquake in Haiti destroyed many buildings, devastated the population, and was catalyst for other disasters. Alright, so here, let me see here. All right. I'm just looking at this one. So it says the earthquake in Haiti. So it's definitely talking about the country. So it's Haiti. The earthquake that have been destroyed many buildings, right? Devastated the population and was catalyst for other disasters. All right. So far here, let me see. All right. Let me see. All right. Good. So this would be the plural. Plural singular disasters. So this is only talking about 80s, and it says devastating population and catalyst for other. Okay, so plural would be we talk about disasters. Okay, good. Singular. So this is good. So destroy, devastating. So far we see I have no error. I'm not seeing any error here. Devastated. I'm not really seeing any error here, guys. So this one. Alright, so it's good. It's good. I'm not seeing any error here, guys, to be honest. So I can't relate to this one. Alright, so it's no error. This is my own opinion here. I don't know about anyone, but I'm not seeing any error here. Alright, so far. Alright, good. Alright, number 40 now. He says he is full of venom since the war took a great toll on him. Alright, so the war. Let me see here. Alright, I would see. So it says since the war took great toll on him. Alright, so I would say it says since. Alright, so since the war took a great toll on him. So if we were supposed to say it, he is full of venom. Alright, so he. Let me look at this one. Since. It says since. Since. So since here, it would be the present. Alright, so it says he is full of venom since present. Since the war took great toll on him. Venom. Alright, so far here, this is what you're talking about. You're talking about, it says, since the war took a great toll on him. So we're talking about what? Presents? We're not talking about the present. We're talking about the past. So therefore the war took great toll on him. Let me see here. I would go with, I'm not really seeing no, well, wars. Let me look at this one. Venom. Full of venom. Says war. Alright, for this one, for number 14, I would say, so far, I'm not really seeing any error much here. This is good. I'm not seeing really any error here, to be honest. I'm not really seeing any error here. That's my own opinion. I'm moving forward now. Number 15. He says, I decided to eat the hamburger before class, though I was already late. However, I was ravenous. Alright, so it says I decided. Sorry. So I decided. And it says though I was. However, what's going on here? Decided. However. Alright, let me look at this one, guys, to see if there's any. I decided though I was. However, I was late and I was. Therefore, however doesn't really make sense here. Right? The however don't make sense. So here, the answer for number 15 would be C. Let me look at this one. Yes, this doesn't make sense. Alright, moving forward now. Number 16 here. So these words here, guys, will be sorry. So we're gonna begin the sentence. It's either with the following terms here. Alright, so this is our selection. So we're just gonna revise the sentence here according to the direction that is follows. But what we're not gonna do is not to change its original meaning of the sentence. But we're gonna use any of these, I would say, selection here that would best suits the revised sentence. All right, so therefore number 16 says, I would have considered going to the what picnic had I heard it earlier. All right, so there's a different, guys. It says I heard it earlier. It says I would have considered. All right, so there's a difference between would and could. All right, so therefore we can look at this one. This one is a little bit pretty simple. So if you were, we know that could, so the word here could, I could, would have been, we're saying that this would be the action that are events that it's been, I would say, possible. So if we were supposed to say that I could, that would be the action of the events we were trying to say it would be possible. But if we were supposed to say would, we could say would is being used as, I would say, a possible or being imagined. So it's most like an imagined situation. So it says I would. So therefore they are trying to imagine here that I would have considered, going to the picnic had I heard it of its earlier. So therefore it says we can begin the sentence with. So it says, since I did not know, right? I did not know. I says I could or I should. I would look at this one is a little bit. So we can see this one should be let me look at this. So it's could between should. Alright, so if we were supposed to say could is been using that we could talk about that event that could basically happen. Or we can say imagine. Alright, so if we be in an imagined situation, therefore we're talking about ought to be happen. So we can say the answer here for number 16 here, guys, it should be could. Alright, so it says, since I did not know, I could have considered going to the picnic had I heard it of I had heard it earlier. Alright, good. So number 17 now, moving forward now. So number 17 says, the kittens frightened by thunder covered under the sofa. Alright, so here, guys, there's a difference between covered, alright, covered. So there's a difference between covered, right? Not covered, but covered. So there's a difference between covered and covers. Alright, so let me see what's the difference here. So one would be the past tense that's been covered. So sorry, covered would be the past tense of cover. Alright, so it says the kitten frightened, right? So it's been frightened, covered under the sofa. So far it says the thunder frightened the kitten, so what? So covered, or so covers, or so covering, or was covering. So it says so covered. So the answer here would be the whole past tense, covered. Alright, so the answer for number 17 would be B. Alright, good. Moving forward now, number 18. It says the cricket match ended abruptly when many of the spectators stormed the field. So the answer here would be, it says many spectators stormed. So you're going to see it's not but, we can see. Alright, so it says so. Alright, so what is the difference between, I would say, all of these options here we can see. So if we were supposed to use so would be when we are connecting the sentence that would be joined here. So we could say many spectators storm, so many, so the field. Alright, so it says many spectators storm, so the answer for number 18 here would be A. It's not but, it is not getting, it is not preventing. Alright, moving forward now. Alright, number 19. It says these students are hardworking as respectful. Alright, so here it says we need to begin the sentence with not only. Alright, so this one is very easy. Alright, so it says, let's begin the sentence. So it's not only, but they are, so they are hardworking as well respectful. So the answer for number 19, very simple. This one is very simple, guys. A little bit giveaway one. So, alright, so the answer for number 19 would be D. Alright, moving forward now. Number 20, it says people from crowded nations cannot get over the accessibility of Canada's natural environment in its magnificence. Alright, so begin the sentence with. So it is impossible for. Alright, so let me just look at this one. So here it says to be over or to get over. Alright, so what's the difference between to be over or to get over? Alright, so to get over. Alright, we'll just look at this one. Alright, so there's a difference between to get over or get over. To be over or to get over. Alright, so we can say to get over. This would be the same phase. We can say even say we are mostly feeling like, so you know, to get in control. That's been something that's been bothering. So therefore we could get we'd say get control of it. How it's been used. So here we can start the sentence that it is possible for to be over. It doesn't make sense. Alright, to be over the accessibility of Canada's, no. So it is possible for to get over, or is it possible for to have get over, or it is possible for to get over, to getting over. This doesn't make sense. So the answer here would be B, to get over. So it says it is possible to get over the accessibility of Canada's natural environment in its all magnificence. So the answer for number 20 would be B. Alright, good. Moving forward now, guys. Alright, so let me know you guys going good so far. Let's go. Alright, so this one is nearest in meaning. This one is a little bit, I would say, tricky, but you guys need to pay attention. Alright, good. So number 21. It says it was impossible to rectify the error made by the computer since the inaccurate information had been fed into it. Alright, guys, so we won't read all of this. Here we're just gonna do the nearest in meaning, not opposite. Sorry. Alright, so it says the word that which is nearest in meaning when the word has been underlined. So we're just gonna select the one that which nearest in meaning. So to rectify, we know to rectify something. Here is the nearest in meaning to fix something. Alright, so the answer here for number 21 would be A. Alright, so we're talking about profusely. Profusely, so far we can say the flowers grow profusely in the garden. So this would be plentiful. Alright, or abundantly. Alright, so abundantly, you guys were talking about a lot. Alright, a lot. So therefore we can say the nearest in meaning here would be plentiful. Alright, good. Number 24 now, it says the gracious young man was involved in numerous groups on campus and also enjoyed spending time with his large group of friends. So for gracious, guys, the nearest meaning for gracious here would be sociable. Alright, sociable. So the answer for number 24 would be B. Alright, moving forward now. Number 25, it says bushfires are prevalent during the dry season, but current drought has made the situation worse. So for prevalent, guys, more and keenly, what you're talking about here. So when you're referring to prevalent, this is how you guys know the meaning. Alright, so prevalent would be widespread. So it's something that keep happening over and over and over. So it's most like it happened at a particular time. So we all know that for prevalent, we can say the nearest in meaning could be widespread, or we can say prevailing, something that keep happening, or we can say frequent. So for number 25, for prevalent, the answer here would be frequent. Alright, good. Alright, moving forward now. So number 20, yeah, okay, this is a poem. Okay, good. So it says, to my daughter. Alright, so it says to a daughter leaving home. Alright, so I wanted to know what this poem was all about though. It says to a daughter leaving home. To a daughter. Alright, so to whom this poem is referring to. We're just gonna read it and see what they are saying. So it says, when I taught you at 8 to ride, right? A bicycle, loping along beside you as you wobbled, sorry. Alright, so it says, as you wobbled away on 2 round wheels, my own mouth rumbling. Not rumbling, but rounding in surprise. When you pull ahead down the curve, path to the park, I kept waiting for the thud of your crash as I sprinted to catch up while you grow. Alright, so far here we can see that it's most likely the parents here is teaching the child to ride a bicycle, but it's appearing to contrasting to life. Alright, so let us read along and see what's it saying. So it says smaller, more breakable with distance, pumping for your lives, screaming with laughter, the hair flapping behind you is like a handkerchief waving goodbye. Okay, I see now. So what the poem is talking about here, we're seeing that the parent here, it's been more with a distance. So it's been that the parents has been, gaps in the child in a way that, teaching the child to ride the bicycle, even though the child was being wobbling. That simply meaning the child couldn't catch on, but from the child catch on, it seems as if things change. So the whole here we are talking about behind the handkerchief was waving like what? Goodbye. So simple meaning, this is I would say the contrast of life. Alright? Alright, so let's see what they are asking for on the questions here. So it says the speaker in the poem is most likely. So it's most likely talking. So this is the likely appearance. So it's a parent talking. Alright? Good. Alright, moving forward to number 27. It says, why does the speaker compare the daughters leaving home to her learning to ride a bicycle? Alright, so it says the daughter needs support in both activities, or the person remembers the child courage and enjoyment. Alright, this is one, I can say. So 2 is 1. It says the person thinks learning to ride bicycles is hard as the life is. Yes, that makes sense. It says the daughters need to support in both activities. Let me see here. Both activities what? Support in life and support on the bicycle? Let me check this one. Support in life and support on the bicycle. Yes, I would say, guys, as we can see in the poem here, the parents is thinking that the child couldn't learn, to I would say to navigate on their own in life. So therefore the parents is thinking that just as if the child was wobbling, right, during the whole phase when the parents was teaching the child to ride the bicycle, life will take toll on the children like that. So therefore it says the daughters need support in both activities. More likely, yes, because remember, the parents doesn't want to let go of the child based on the bicycle. So she would have thought that the child would have not navigated on her own, right? Or his own, because it doesn't mention if it was a girl or a boy, but it says her, come home to her. So it says leaving her home, learning to ride a bicycle. So it's her daughters. Alright, good. So therefore we know that she here, this is concluded all of them. Right? Good. Moving forward to number 28 now. It says the speaker's mouths in rounding in surprise. So rounding in surprise would be, it doesn't that mean that the girl wobbles does not fall. Are the girl confident that the speaker can keep up with her? No. The novice rider able to easily ride around the bend, or daughters pull away from the first protection and hold his head. Right ahead. Alright, good. So it says mouth is rounding in surprise. Alright, let me just look at this one, guys. So if it says mouth is rounding in surprise. Alright, so let me look at this one. Alright, this one is a little bit tricky, you guys, but let me just check it out. So if it says mouth is rounding in surprise, what does the own mouth mean? Alright, so that simple meaning, we'd have seen that the mom was surprised when she got through the fine part of her own, I would see here. Let me see here. It seems as if the parents would want their children out to be independent, to find it difficult, to let go when the children actually strike out on their own. So the best answer for number 28 here, it would be D. So it would be daughter pull away from the person's protective hold and rides ahead. Because remember, it says we can go back to the poem here to justify the answer. We won't spend much time on it. So you can see here that it says the hair flapping behind you like a handkerchief. So that's simply meaning that the girl right away, our daughter right away, waving goodbye. Alright? So it's very simple. So the answer would be D for number 28. Number 29 now, it says what device is used in line 12 and 13. So it says for the thud of your crash as I sprint to catch up. Alright, let me see this one. So it says for thud. Let me look at this one. For thud of your crash as I sprint to catch up. Alright, so as I sprint to catch up, I'm just looking at this. It's more likely, let me see here. Let me see. Alright, I'm looking at this one, guys. Alright. This would be more like, let me see, it's not a metaphor. It says for the thud of your crash, right? As I sprint to catch you. And this is a simile. That's more sound like a simile to me. Alright? Good. Number 30 now. It says the word breakable with distance. Line 15 and 16 indicate the speakers. Alright, so breakable with distance. So we just go back to line 15 and 16 here. So it says more breakable with distance. Pumping and pumping for your life. Screaming with laughter. Whoa, the hair is flapping like behind you like a handkerchief. Alright, so therefore we know that 15 and 16 will indicate that's the speakers. So the speakers was concerned that she is not keeping up with the children. Or it says fear the daughter will fall prey to the variety of danger, or worrying that children fragile can cope with the bicycle, or anxiety, or I would say anxiety that the girl cannot be protected when she's away from home. Alright, I would say the answer is either between A and D. Alright, it's either between A and D because this is breakable with distance, right? Breakable with distance. You know, breakable here we're talking about it's being broken easily, so it's not, I would say, capable of doing something. So we know that the similar to, I would say, breakable would be like fragile. So it's easy. So it's not more like we are seeing that the worry that the child is fragile and cannot be coped with the bicycle. Worry that the child. Alright, so here I'm looking at this one. It says breakable with distance. Alright, let me just look back at the poem one more time and I confirm the answer. Sorry guys. So it says breakable, more breakable. So it says crash as I sprint to catch up while you grow smaller. So while you grow smaller, more breakable with distance. Oh, while you grow smaller, more breakable with distance. Pumping, pumping for your life. Screaming with laughter. Alright. So here we can see that it says, we have seen that you would have concern that he or she is not keeping up with the children. Alright. It says more breakable. I will go with A for number 30, guys. So it's to be concerned that he or she is not keeping up with the child. Alright? Because look here, guys. If you can look at the poem here, it says smaller. It says, alright, it says right here again, says I kept waiting for the thud of your crash. So it seems as the parents was waiting to hear that the child would, you know, crash. So it says I sprinted to catch up while you grow. So she sprinted to catch up while you grow smaller, more breakable with distance, pumping and pumping for your life. Alright, so this seems as the parents is thinking that the child will be in danger in a sense. But it's to consider that Isha C is not keeping up with the child. It says fear that the daughter here will be fall prey to variety of danger, or worry that the child is fragile and cannot cope with the bicycle, or anxiety that the child cannot be protected when she's away from, I would say, a home. Alright, guys, this one is open. It's either between A and D. It's a little bit hard to choose between A and D for this one. Anxiety that the child can be protected. Bishop breaker with distance. I will go with D for this one. I'm gonna just erase my answer. So I will go with yeah. Alright, so I'm almost through, guys. Alright, so this one I will go with D for the answer. Alright. Alright, good. Alright, guys, so I will go with D for the answer. Alright, because this one is a little bit tricky, to be honest. Alright, good. So number 31, it says pumping for your life. Line 17 and 18 indicate that what? Does it indicate that the girl will be compromised, or the person's fear that the girl will fall, or girl is willing to exert herself to succeed, or the person think that the girl is too young to be on her own? So the answer here would be D. So they would have think that a person would think that the girl is too young to be on her own. Alright, so because you keep keeping the girl under control, seems as bicycle hard to ride, so therefore life would be the same for her, in the sense of the same comparison between bicycle and life in the scenarios. Alright, here it says what literary devices use the last 4 lines of the poem. Alright, let me just go back a little bit here to see what's going on. So in the last 4 lines, let me check, guys. Alright, so it says the ear flapping behind you like a handkerchief. Alright, that's more sound like a simile to me. Flapping behind you like a handkerchief. Alright, just a moment, let me look at this one. Let me see here. Alright, guys, this is a simile, but guys, for I make one mistake so far. The answer here, it's not a simile. This one is not a simile. Alright, so the answer is A. Let me write it back here. The answer is onomatopoeia. Alright, so the answer is A, guys. Sorry, my bad. I made a mistake here. It says Todd has crashed as I sprinted to catch up. So the answer here would be A, guys. Sorry if my bad. I mean, you know, a lot of cursing people may saying, what you choosing? It's not simile, guys. The answer would be A. So it's onomatopoeia. Alright, good. Alright, moving forward now. So number 32. So here it's way giving a whole sense of simile. Alright, so we know that the answer here for number 32 would be a simile. Alright, number 33 now. It says the word goodbye stands alone in the line of the poem 2. So it says indicate that end of one phase of life. No. Point to girl happiness at leaving home, or represent the speaker's understanding, or he or she let goes, or symbolize the end of relationship between the persons and the child. I would say this one would be more like representing the whole let me see this one. Represent the speaker's standing that he or she has to let go. Alright, I would say this one would be symbolize the end of the relationship between the persons and the child. No, there's not any relationship here. But it's just always been, I would say, protected. So it's the point that the girl's happiness is leaving home. Point to the girl's happiness at leaving home. So it's most like saying a goodbye. So the girl is letting go. So it's the point of the girl's happiness leaving home. Alright. Symbolize the end of the relationship. No, the best one here indicates in the end of one phase of life. One end of phase of life. Alright, so I would say I would go with this one. Indicates this at the end of one phase of life. One phase of life. One. It says one end. So therefore we know that if it's indicated goodbye would be indicating one phase of life. So therefore if we were supposed to say that the child here, since the child would have learned to paddle on her own, is the case that the parents is still thinking that the child cannot manage on her own. So we can see here that the answer for number 33, it would be let's see here, I would go indicated in the one phase of life. It says goodbye, stands alone. Seeker standing here, she has it. Alright, so the answer would be C for this one. Alright, good. Moving forward, guys. Alright, so this one I won't read it, guys, so you guys have to zoom it out a little bit so you guys could see the paper. So you guys can read this one and I will go through it really fast. Alright, so you guys, I'll just give you a few minutes to read this one. You guys could pause the video and read it, alright? Good. So I'm moving forward now, guys. Alright, good. So for number 34, it says the mother thrust of chin. So we know that the mother thrust of chin would be a defiance. Alright, so the answer here for number 34 would be C. Alright, moving forward to the answers. Number 35, it says the son cautions his mother about telling people exactly what she thought because E. And you see that she thought that others would be offended. Sorry. Alright, so the answer would be B for this one. Alright, number 36, it says, why does the writers choose expression formidable woman described to the mother? So therefore we'd have seen that formidable woman would be what? Is it the word that's been provoke anger, or the different style that shows a constant of her character, or emphasize her strength which is fine admirable? Formidable woman. Why did they use the expression formidable? Alright, let me just look at this one, guys. It's a little bit tricky, but let me just go ahead and get it. So if we talk about formidable, let me see here. Formidable woman. So right here. Alright, this is a little bit tricky, guys. Let me see here. Alright, sorry. So we know that formidable would be where we are inspiring, or we'd say respect. So we have know that we'd say formidable would be like more like comforting or something. So this would showing that the word is being provoked, no. It's been intimidated by her, no. So it's either between C and D. So E emphasizes her strength, which he finds admirable, or the difference of her style shows constancy of her character. Alright, now seeing that this would be where we'll check line 11 real fast. Alright, so line 11 here it says, and she was formidable and determined to speak her mind to bend those who oppose her. So it's determined to bend those who oppose her. Alright, to speak her mind. So that was the old character of her, I would say. So this would be the difference in her style, shows the constancy of her character. Alright, good. So the answer would be C for number 36. Moving forward to number 37, it says, what does in that time when I had known her best say about line 12 about the mother-son relationship? So far, if we look, we're supposed to look at line 12. Alright, let's go back here. So it says 11, 12. So it says, in that time that I know my best mother's herself Earl that thrust pleasing. Alright, so far we know that the answer here would be A. So they had grown apart. Alright, moving forward now. Number 38, it says literally device using line 12 to 13, Earl herself at life. This one would be Earl herself at life. This one would be irony. Alright, good. So that would be irony for number 38, guys. This one is a little bit. Alright, so I'll go with number 30. Alright, good. Hope everyone is paying attention. Alright, it's a little bit tricky about this one. This is no, this is not irony. Sorry, guys. This is an imagery. Sorry. So the answer would be B. It's an imagery. Sorry. This is an imagery because you're saying my mother has Earl. Alright, so the answer would be B. This is an imagery. Alright, so this is the answer, guys. Oh my gosh, B. Answer would be B. Alright, good. Moving forward to number 39 now, it says the behaviors mothers find. We are talking about compatible, right? Contemptible, included. So therefore, it says timidity, laziness, cowardice. So we see here, we can say the answer would be all of them. Alright, good. Number 40, it says the incidents at Thanksgiving shows a mother's attitude to be one of. So this attitude could be one of the hastiness. Alright, good. Moving forward, guys, we're almost through. Number 41, it says the final sentence of the extract implies that the mother has, and it's most like the mother would have normally lost her physical strength. Alright, good. So the answer for number 41 would be B. Moving forward now, this extraction here, I won't be reading it, guys, but you guys could look at it. I will just go straight to the answer. Alright, good. Moving forward now. So number 42 is the main idea of the extract is. So the main idea of the extract here, guys, it would be the woman, man is different idea of the beauty, what is acceptable, or the man has low esteem of society beauty, or it says woman is not sharp with their questions, or men do not understand woman. This means man and woman have different idea of what is acceptable. So the answer would be A. Alright, good. Alright, number 43 now. It says, according to the authors, women's self-esteem is eroded by, I've seen that this be where the communistic of fashion industries, they're on questioning acceptable and societal norms, or those where proportion do not match the average women's. Alright, so far we can see our answer here. We could see, I would go with, let me see here, just a moment, we can go with let me see here, I will go with all three of them. So far I would say all three of them. Alright, now we can go with all three of them, guys, so far. Number 44, it says the writers believes that most men are, freed from the self-esteem problem women face because men, and we have seen that here. We have been think that man would be what preferred natural to rigorous beauty regimens, or it's been perfectly fine with being an average looking, or believe that it's women's jobs to be look good, not theirs, or think that is to be irresistible anyway. The answer here would be, it says the self-esteem problem with women. So it says the writer believes that most men are free from what self-esteem problems women faces. Alright, so here we can see that the answer here, alright, let me see here, it should be most likely to, I'm trying to look at this one, it's a little bit tricky. This one would be C. Alright, good. Moving forward to number 45, so it says, according to the extract, wise man's beauty regimens are so comparatively simple. Alright, so being through the extract here, we can see that the beauty regimens would have been so comparatively simple, and it's mean because it is very low of his list of priorities. Most men look good anyway, and they do not need a beautiful regimens, or men's are honest, sensitive, and not concerned with appearance. Men's are less, I would say, complex features than women, than their habits reflects. So it says, according to the extract, why is man beauty regimen so comparatively simple? So it's most likely we have seen that it's this would be very low on his list of, I would say, priorities. All right, good. So number 46, no, it says the language of extract is informal. I would say informal with the personal interjections, because the author, so you would have seen that the author would do what? It says want to make fun of the situation, no, want to create a rapport with the audience, or it says the expression is opinions, not study fact, or wishes to share the truth about the sexes. I think this will go with D. I would like to go with D for this one. It's most likely showing the truth, because it's the whole truth. I will go with D for this one, to create a report of his audience. Let me see here. Report. Not necessarily. Alright, so this is informal with personal. Just a moment. Let me look at this one. It says informal. Alright, so informal So it's most like a informal. Just a moment, guys. So it's having to be friendly. This is not really truth. I would say this one would be is expressing his opinions and is not studied facts. I would say let's see with this one. It's a little bit tricky. Alright, it's a little bit tricky for this one. So it's expressing the opinions and not studied facts, I would say. Alright, good. Moving forward, guys. This is another extract passage, and we're talking about the management in polio. So this is about the whole traffic. Alright, so this is a repeated passage as well, so I won't spend much on this one. I'll just go straight to the answer. Alright, speeding up my hands, guys. Alright, so number 47, it says the writer uses the word brain, and we know that the writer uses the word brain to make fun of the poor decisions. Number 48, it says the writer repeats not them in paragraph 1 is implies, so it would have implies that no one wants to accept the responsibility of the traffic situation. So the answer for number 48 would be B. Alright, moving along to number 49, he says stroke streets, celestial roads, line 9, Lillian Street, line 17 can be considered as, so it can be considered as the examples to support the writer's case. Alright, number 50, it says the writer's tone, so we all know that the writer's tone would be sarcastic. Alright, good, not moving. Alright, moving forward now, guys. Number 51, it says the last sentence of the letter similar to paragraph 5. Both of them, we have seen that both of them would express disgust. Alright, good. Number 52, it says the author's extract is mostly likely and we know that it's most likely a motorist. Alright, good. Number 53, it says again the small man suffers. Line 14 implies that the small man is often, it says small man is being often disadvantaged. Alright, number 54, it says the letter was most likely published in, it says most likely published in a newspaper. Alright, good. Number 50, alright, so this is the I would say the condensed, the incandescent bulb and all of that. Alright, good. So here it says the energy efficiency tips. So let's go move along to the answer, guys. So number 55, it says the main purpose of the advertisement, and the most purpose of the advertisement is to encourage a better energy use. Good. Number 57, 56, sorry, it says which was following is best meaning to the word absorb used in tip 1 in the advertisement. And this one is to be not to use up, not to swallow up, not to take up, is to be soak up. Alright, good. Number 57, it says the practice has been recommended. So it says turn off all lights for minutes, or turn off lights for short period, or keeping the lights when leaving the room, or turn off lights when leaving the room. Alright, so keeping lights on when leaving the room, or turn off the lights. It says practice is recommended. So this has been recommended, turning off the lights when leaving a room. Alright, number 58, this is advertisement emphasizes the motion sensors important because they are efficient and provide security, or they are cheap and brighter, or they do not waste or the energy used. The answer would be A. They are efficient and provide security. Alright, good. We're almost through, guys. Number 59 now, so which following statement is not made in the advertisement. So this one here, it says compact fluorescents are would say efficient. It's not all lights bulbs are efficient. Compacts. So the answer would be B. Not all light bulbs are efficient. So this wasn't made in the advertisement. Alright, so number 60 says the information in the advertisements would most likely be useful, and it is most likely be useful to us householders. Alright, good. So here, guys, this is the end of the 2024 English A Past Paper 1. Guys, if you're new to a channel, make sure everyone subscribe, and I will see you in my another video. And please, if you reach the end of the video, please type kudos in the comment section, and see you all, and have a great one. Peace.